Hola Seekers, this is Kim and bienvenidos to your November 2022 reading. Before we get into picking a card, I would like to give you a quick rundown of how this reading is going to unfold, just so you know everything that is going to be covered in this reading. So of course, this reading is aimed to offer you information in regards to what you can expect, look forward to, or look out for in the month of November. But please do keep in mind that everything and anything that is said in this reading is not set in stone. Predictions, at least the way I see it, offer insight as to where the energy is currently at and where it's headed. Which means that at any given moment, depending on your actions, mindset, attitude, the energy can change and so can an outcome. So prediction readings are more of a heads up rather than, hey, this is how it's going to be and there's nothing that you can do about it. Okay, but this reading will have 3 different segments to it. In the first segment, I will share with you anything that I picked up on when connecting with the energy of the group. And then I will reveal the message on the back of the oracle card that you chose. For the second segment, I will pull out some key terms to find out what are the main themes or topics of this month. I will also pull out an oracle card to get the overall vibe of the month of November. And then I will pull out a set of 3 tarot cards to get an overview of the month. And I will take a look at the card at the back of the tarot deck to find out what the overall energy of the month will be. And lastly, for the third and final segment of this reading, I will offer space for you to receive a direct message from any being of light that you wish to hear from at this moment. So for example, this could be an archangel, an ancestor, a spirit guide, a loved one who is on the other side, or the higher self of someone who is currently physically incarnated in this 3D. Okay, but now that you know what is going to be covered in this reading, and if you're still interested in proceeding, let's take a closer look at the choices for this pick a card. So starting off, for group 1, we have the bear. For group 2, we have the coral. And for group 3, we have the turtle. Okay, so as always, take as much time as you need to choose your group or pick a card. You can pause the video if you need more time. And once you have picked your card or chosen your group, then head on over to the comment section down below or the description box where the timestamps are provided so that you can skip right on over to your reading. Okay, but now that you have chosen, let's get right into your messages. Let's go! Hola Seekers who chose the bear, bienvenidos to your reading. If you are interested to know how this reading is going to unfold, then I do recommend for you to listen to the intro if you haven't done so already, because it is there where I go over everything we are going to cover in this reading. I haven't filmed the intro yet, so at this point, I myself don't know how this reading is going to unfold. So yeah, if you'd like to know what is going to be covered in this reading, I definitely do recommend for you to listen to the intro. Yeah, but before revealing the message on the back of this oracle card, I would like to share with you what I picked up on when connecting with the energy of this group, because I found it quite beautiful and quite telling of how this month will feel or how you might feel throughout November or sometime in the month of November. So when connecting with the energy of this group, I know it might sound a bit peculiar, but I sensed a strong foundation, a strong base, like having my feet firmly planted on the ground. So I do see you guys feeling very stable in the month of November, and it could be because your life itself in the month of November is going to feel very stable. So there won't be much challenges or obstacles or struggles or lack of something. Or it could be because an area of your life that to you personally brings you a lot of stability is going to do very well. So for example, if you find stability through your career, work, finances, then this area of your life will be doing very well in the month of November. But I also sense that this feeling of stability and security is primarily originating from or stemming from you feeling safe and secure within yourself, you feeling grounded. So I do see you guys being very much in the present, and that is allowing you a lot of clarity, or for you to get clear about certain things that might have been worrying you or you felt confused by in the past, or it could be recently. Yeah, so I definitely feel that any worry that you carry into the month of November, or that happens to spring up during this month, it will not carry into the month of December, because you will take care of it sometime during this month, meaning you will release it or let go of it or find some relief in terms to it. Yeah, so an example that is coming to mind is if you tend to be quite anxious, or you tend to be a worrier or an overthinker, in the month of November, you might practice some grounding techniques or some soothing techniques that will really help ease this anxiousness, or lessen the overthinking, or help manage it. Yeah, the bear also reminds me of healing, or of a healer. So some of you could actually be focusing on healing the self, be it in a spiritual sense or be it in a more practical sense. And some of you could even be reaching out to a healer. And this could be a doctor, this could be a specialist, a therapist, an energy healer, a wellness coach. Yeah, it's any professional whose line of work is dedicated to bring healing or help others in their healing journey. Yeah, but so far, I'm not sensing any stress. I am not sensing any heavy energy. It feels, like I said, very stable, very present. Not thinking too much of the past and not worrying so much about the future. Simply living in the here and now and taking it one day at a time, or one step at a time. Okay, but now I'm going to reveal the message on the back of this card. And we have Bear with nurturing, and the message: in times of struggle, Bear offers a strong source of support. Nurturing our heart, she provides earnest wisdom. It would be easy to succumb to self-criticism, but she reminds us to be gentle to ourselves. Gracious reflection offers courage and strength to tame the negative voices and nurture our spirit. When Bear appears in our lives, she teaches us to look inward, face our fears, and embrace our truth. Her presence encourages us to accept our fragility as a means to overcome adversity. Ooh, so empowering. And when reading this message out loud, I kept imagining or thinking of a mentor or a friend. Yeah, so as mentioned previously, some of you could be reaching out to a healer or to a mentor. And this individual will teach you or inspire you to look inward, to face your fears and embrace your truth. And in doing this, you might find that sense of relief or that grounding or that stability. Yeah, because with Bear offers a strong source of support, I feel like this bear is someone who could be already in your life and will be playing a significant role in your life in the month of November, or it could be someone new who will be entering your life during this month. Yeah, this person themselves could be someone that's very grounded, very stable, and seeing that in them inspires you to work towards that, or offers you a safe space to, go on this healing journey, to look inwards, to be vulnerable, to nurture yourself, possibly even nurture your inner child. Because I get a very motherly, protective energy from the bear, like a mother bear. But hey, this could also be you providing this safety, this security, this stability for someone else to, nurture themselves, for someone else to heal themselves. Because I feel like this bear is also representing you, or your higher self. So this could very well be you providing this to yourself. And I also feel like for some of you, your ancestors come through in the form of a bear. In other words, the bear is their symbol. So whenever you see bears, be it in real life or in images or possibly even in dreams, it could be your ancestors' way of letting you know that they are the ones reaching out to you, or they are the ones delivering this message to you. Okay, but now we are going to get an overview of the month of November, see what is in store for you, what you can expect, and what Spirit wants to give you a heads up about. And before I pull out the tarot cards, I actually want to pull out some key terms to find out what the main themes or topics of this month will be, what this month will focus on. I paused because there was an airplane gliding overhead, and they make so much noise when they're near. Okay. And I feel like one more. Oh, okay. So these two key terms flew off frame, and we have reveal and offer. We also have healing. We were speaking about healing with the bear card. We also have love. And we have union. We have ask, as well as reflect. And lastly, we have the key term communicate. Oh, and we have another key term over here. It was hidden from me. Oh, connection. Okay, obviously, with union and love being here, as well as reflect. Because the key term reflect, as soon as I saw it, it was reminding me of mirroring. Two individuals or souls mirroring each other. Okay, but now I actually want to pull out a card from the Southern Oracle deck to get the main or the overall vibe of this month. Okay, so for group 1. So we have number 30 with if that ain't truth, grits ain't groceries, and the key terms or key phrases: believe it, trustworthiness, watch for signs, intuition, lucidity, and the real deal. And now I want to pull out a set of 3 tarot cards to get an overview of the month of November. Can you tell I don't have any plan as to the format of this reading? I'm just going with the flow. Okay, but the first card is the 5 of Coins with financial hardship, left out in the cold and struggle. Okay, so oops. So I'm gonna put these back, and actually I'm gonna shuffle one more time. I got this strong sense of an energy wanting to come through simply to let you know not to worry. This could be your spirit guides who want to reassure you. Maybe some of you guys were put down by this 5 of Coins over here or felt nervous by it, but I don't know. I just get this feeling of wanting to reassure you that this is nothing to worry about or to not concern yourself over this. I feel like the next cards are going to be pretty good cards. I don't know what that means. Okay. But let's see. What else? Okay. So, yep, we have the Emperor upright with dependability, authority, and structure. Yeah, that's a pretty good card, the Emperor. And one more card, please, for group 1. Oh, so these 2 cards fell out. And we have Justice upright with curse and effect, truth, get what is deserved. And then we have the 3 of Swords with heartache, trauma, and sorrow. I have this strong urge to put these cards back in the deck. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I want to keep it only 3 cards. But I'm going to honor these cards and keep them. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I'm going to look at the card at the back of the deck. And we have the Wheel of Fortune with cycles of life, fate, and good luck. I feel this will represent the overall energy of this spread. Yeah, and I'm gonna put, sorry you guys, I'm figuring this out. Yeah, okay, so the first thing I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune being here is that something very unexpected is going to happen in the month of November for you guys. And this to me feels like a positive turn of events, because we did start off with the Five of Coins. And the Five of Coins, like this card says, has this energy of feeling left out in the cold, of hardship, adversity, struggle. But I would like to point out that the Five of Coins represents a temporary hardship. So if you have been struggling financially, or you've been struggling in your career, in your job, in your studies, or even struggling in terms to a living situation, I do feel like things are going to start looking up sometime in the month of November. Because the Wheel of Fortune represents ups and downs, highs and lows. And it being upright, I feel like you have been currently going through some lows or downs, and you are now about to experience an up or some highs. And I feel like that's emphasized with the Emperor being here, because the Emperor speaks about stability. So if you feel like you have been lacking structure in your life, if you feel like things have been chaotic, you know, for some this could be you've been moving from one place to the other, or you've been moved from one place to the other, because this could be like a work situation. Maybe you've been moved from one department to another department, from one position to another position. Then you might still experience some of this at the beginning of the month, but I feel like sometime during the middle of the month, things are going to level out. Things are going to stabilize. You could either be finding the place you want to settle down in, or you could be offered a job position that you really, really love. Maybe someone is stepping down, you know, retiring or switching to another company per se, and that now available position is offered to you, or you snatch it. You see the opportunity and you take it. But the Wheel of Fortune has this feeling of things happening on their own. It's sort of like divine order coming into play to bring justice to a situation, to even out or level out the scales. Yeah, so with the Wheel of Fortune here, I get this feeling of someone has had their time to shine, to be in the spotlight, and they've enjoyed it. They learned everything that they needed to learn from being at the top of the wheel. And now it's their time to step down so somebody else could be in that position. And I feel like that somebody else is you. So this could also be like a tenant, or maybe there is a house or an apartment that you've had your eye on, but someone was living there and now they are choosing to move out and they are offering you the place. And this offer is one that you feel you can't let pass by, because with the Justice card being here, I get this feeling of it works perfectly for you, like it's fair. So for example, if this is like a living situation, maybe the rent that is being proposed is a really good deal. It's one that you can afford, and it almost feels like divinely sent or divinely guided, because it's like Cinderella and the shoe. It's a perfect fit. It's like it was meant for you or designed for you. So this, like I said, for some this could be like a job situation. This position is perfect for you. For some this could even be like a career situation, or like something related to your studies, education. Maybe some of you have been going back and forth in terms to what career you should focus on, pursue. And I feel like in the month of November, what career path you want to take will be revealed to you. We do have the key term reveal, so I do get this feeling of stumbling upon it, or it being offered to you. We do have the key term offer here. And I know all of this sounds like too good to be true, like things magically appearing for you, things magically working out for you, but that is the feeling I'm getting from it. And we do have this card, if that In Truth, Grits and Groceries with the key phrases believe it and the real deal. So even though it might feel too good to be true, know that it is true. Know that it is the real deal. Universe isn't here to mess with you. They are serious. We have the Emperor here. We have the Justice card. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Universe is serious about what they are offering you. With the Three of Swords here and the Justice card, yeah, I feel like you guys have been through it. You have been through the ringer. You have experienced a lot of letdowns and possibly even disappointments. And the universe knows this. I don't want to justify a lot of these heartaches or heartbreaks that you guys have experienced if you have experienced them. But with the Justice card being here, I do feel like a lot of these could have been here to help you heal or to help you move along in your healing journey, or to, teach you some things about yourself, about what you want and what you don't want, what is acceptable and what isn't, and to teach you about your limits and your boundaries, what those are, what is too much, what is too far. So I feel like a lot of these trials and tribulations were there to teach you lessons and were there to make you the more wiser. Is that the correct way to phrase it? Because if you ever do face any injustice in the future, you'll know what to do. Like with these two cards, I get this feeling of not letting yourself. This is you standing up for yourself. And this is you knowing what you are deserving of. Not settling for less. Yeah, I get this strong feeling of speaking up for yourself, of standing up for yourself, of protecting yourself, not in a defensive or aggressive way, but rather in this nurturing way. Like, I'm only going to pursue that which is in alignment with me. I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to beg. Yeah, it's not keeping quiet about injustice. It's not being passive, aggressive, or conforming. Because we do have the key term communicate. So I definitely see you communicating more or learning how to communicate to others what your needs are, and simply communicating anything that you are not okay with or that you need more clarity about. Because the Emperor does represent someone who is logical and practical. The Emperor understands that sometimes there is miscommunication, that sometimes it takes various tries until we get something right, or until we understand something fully. And so I get this very chillax energy from the Emperor. The Emperor isn't here to prove anything or to prove to anyone that they are the Emperor or that they are worthy, because they know that they are. The Emperor is disciplined, but they aren't hard on themselves in that they are super critical of themselves or judgmental. They are very understanding and very compassionate towards self. Like I said, the Emperor is very practical and logical. So they understand that they are human, that they are bound to make some mistakes, and that is all okay, because that's how they gain experience. That's how they learn. That's how they better themselves. And so I definitely feel a leveling up for you guys happening in the month of November. But it's not only like in your external reality, I feel it's also within. This leveling up in terms to your confidence, in terms to your self-concept, how you see and perceive yourself. Yeah, so I don't see the Emperor putting up with any BS. If the Emperor makes a mistake at work and a coworker comes along and tries to make the Emperor feel bad about having made a mistake, the Emperor isn't having any of that. They recognize what this other person is doing, and they are not allowing themselves to be influenced by that. Yeah, so it's like not letting like setbacks, delays, mistakes, people's negative moods or unsolicited advice or commentary ruin the rest of your day or ruin the rest of your month. And I feel like this is all a result of this healing and of this growing love and respect of self. So you guys are definitely showing up as the Emperor in the month of November. And like I said, I do feel like there is a leveling up, and this could be in your career, this could be in your finances, your profession, your line of work, your status, your living situation. Yeah, some of you might be stepping into a higher position or receiving a title. Like this could be like your doctorate's degree, or, you know, becoming a leader of a group, or the head of a project or of a department. Yeah, but I definitely see some of you guys overseeing something. People are looking to you for advice, for counsel, for guidance, for direction. And I sense that the more you start feeling good and sure about yourself, the more you'll feel that things start working out in your favor. So in other words, your inner world will reflect your outer world. Yeah, so I definitely see people looking at you in a new light, and I feel like it's a reflection of you looking at yourself in a new light, in a positive light. Yeah, and looking at these two cards, the message that came to mind was started from the bottom, now we're top shelf. I think I heard that phrase from a song. Yeah, so you guys have worked very, very hard, and universe recognizes that, and they want to balance out the scales. They want to give you your just reward, or it's not even a reward, it's like what is meant for you and was always meant for you. Yeah, so with watch for signs, if you start seeing signs and synchronicities, or maybe you started seeing them in the previous months, that could have been universe's way of letting you know, hey, something's coming up for you, something good, things are about to look up for you. So keep faith, trust, believe. If your intuition has been telling you that things are going to work out, or that you are going to experience some major breakthrough, know that your intuition hasn't been lying to you. I do feel like for some, this could be you experiencing some major breakthrough in your life. For a lot of you, I feel like it's in terms to like career, profession, a line of work. Now with Justice and the Three of Swords, Justice is Libra energy, 7th house energy, and the Three of Swords does center around the heart space. So I do see relationships coming into play this month, and then we do have love, union, and connection. And then I did mention how the key term reflect was reminding me of mirroring souls. Now that I think about it, the Emperor could very well be this bear. You know, that's someone who I was picking up on, who could be making an appearance or playing a significant role in your life in the month of November. I did mention how this could be a mentor, a healer, or possibly even a friend. And I still get that vibe from the Emperor. But for some, this could also be representing a counterpart. Now, this could be a romantic counterpart, or it could be a platonic counterpart. So I definitely see a loving connection forming in the month of November with someone who is very supportive of you and your dreams. This person might be a catalyst to your healing, or they might be someone who will assist you in your healing journey. I do feel like this person will help assist in you clearing out everything that no longer serves you, especially in matters relating to the heart space. Yeah, I feel like this person will assist with you coming into acceptance of yourself, with you loving yourself more and being more nurturing, more compassionate, more understanding with the self. Because I feel like this person will offer you that. This person will not judge you. This person will not criticize you. This person will hold space for you and accept you for who you are, not so much for who you could be or who they think you are, but for who you are right now. If you have been building that confidence, that self-love, or that self-acceptance, this could be why this person is entering your life. Because like I said, your outer world is reflecting your inner world. So building that stable, safe, secure relationship with self is aligning you with someone who offers you the same thing. And that's why we have the Justice card here. Yeah, and I do get this feeling that if this does evolve into a romantic relationship, it will start off as a friendship first, or a mentor-apprentice type of dynamic. Yeah, so this Emperor could be someone who has gone through a lot of the hardships or challenges that possibly you are going through, or are having difficulty overcoming or healing or accepting, and this Emperor is here to guide you through them or to help you through them. Yeah, it's like, hey, I know how this feels like. I know what it is like. I've been there. I've done that. This is how I overcame it. This is what helped me. Here, I offer it to you. If it helps, great. If not, don't worry. We'll find a new way together. The way that suits you and will help you. Yeah, so I feel like this Emperor is here to stay. It's here to stay for a while. They won't flake on you. They are real. They are here to help you heal. They are here to offer you guidance, possibly offer you clarity. They are here to show you what it feels like to be supported, to feel safe with someone, to have a safe space. And this message just came to mind, and how it feels to be admired by someone. Yeah, I feel like this Emperor, this person really respects you and admires you, and they won't hesitate to let you know or to demonstrate it to you. This Emperor doesn't have to be a potential romantic partner. For some it could be, but it doesn't have to be. This could very well be a friend, or like I said, a mentor that you form a deep bond with or connection with. And I feel like you already have that connection from the start. I feel like your souls are quite familiar with each other. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, I feel like it was no coincidence that you united or came into union or crossed paths. Yeah. If there have been any heart blockages or heart wounds, I see those wounds healing in the month of November. And I see those blockages clearing this month as well. Oh, one more thing. Don't hesitate to ask this Emperor anything that you're wondering about. Like, I feel like this Emperor carries or holds so much wisdom. This person does offer a lot of good insight. Yeah, don't hesitate to pick this person's brain. Ask them for their perspective, because their perspective might give you some form of clarity or might help you obtain that clarity, or get you out of a certain mindset or mentality that is not helping you, that is keeping you down. And I would like to point out that this Emperor will enter your life in the most unexpected way. Like, you don't have to go looking out for this Emperor. This Emperor will come to you, or you will meet halfway. You will kind of bump into each other. And I also want to point out that the Emperor does not signify that this person is male or identifies as male. But I would like to point out that I do get a strong earth energy from this Emperor, even though the Emperor is associated with the zodiac sign Aries. But earth energy is coming through. So Virgo, Taurus, and or Capricorn. Yeah, but those are all the messages I am seeing with these cards. So now I'm going to move into the last segment of this reading. So in this segment, I offer space for you to receive a direct message from any being of light who you wish to hear from at this moment. So for example, this could be an archangel, this could be your higher self, your ancestors, a spirit guide or your spirit team as a whole, a loved one who is on the other side, or possibly even the higher self of someone who is currently physically incarnated in this 3D. So I'll give you guys a moment to set your intention. And once you set your intention, please cast your gaze upon these 3 crystals over here to see which one calls out to you, because the one that calls out to you will be the one that has the message for you. Starting off for group 1, we have the rose quartz. For group 2, we have this red carnelian. And for group 3, we have a tiger's eye. Okay, but now I will start off with those who chose the smoky quartz. Did I say clear quartz? If I did, sorry, I meant smoky quartz. So I will not be interpreting the messages on these cards because they are meant to be direct messages for you, so I will leave them open for your interpretation. Okay, that was a mess, but I'm going to take the card that fell right on top of the crystal. So we have Marcel Duchamp with the message or messages, scandal before stardom. Making it look easy is hard. May your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy. I know I said that I wasn't going to interpret this, but I just want to share that this message reminded me so much of the Wheel of Fortune. You know, starting from the bottom and now we're top shelf. Okay, but now moving on to those who chose the red carnelian. I apologize if you hear background noise, like people talking or laughing or yelling. My neighbors are outside and they can be pretty rowdy. Okay, let's see, those who chose the red carnelian. Okay. So we have Gilbert and George with the messages, be the art you wish to see in the world. Your work should not be selfish. Dress the part. Okay. And now moving on to those who chose the tiger's eye. Also, pay close attention to which of these crystals called out to you, because that could be a crystal that maybe you are being advised to work with in the month of November. This one's taking a while. Is there a message for those who chose? Yes. So we have Tracy Emin with the messages, don't hide your dirty sheets in the washer. Concentrate on finding, not losing yourself in your art. Decay can be a fertilizer for new ideas. And this message over here is reminding me of the Justice and the Three of Swords cards. Okay. Yeah, but these are all the messages we have for you guys for the month of November. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. If you enjoyed the reading, if the messages were of any help, and if you feel called to do so, then please leave a like or a comment. If you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Yeah, but thank you so much for being here. Wishing you a wonderful month of November. And until the next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose the coral, bienvenidos to your November 2022 reading. If you are interested to know how this reading is going to unfold, then I do recommend for you to listen to the intro if you haven't done so already, because it is there where I go over everything we are going to cover in this reading. Okay? So before I reveal to you the message on the back of the oracle card that you chose, I would like to share with you what I picked up on when connecting with the energy of this group, because maybe this might help you in discerning whether this is your group or not. So one of the things I sensed when connecting with this group's energy was a lot of tension around the shoulders and neck. Now, whenever I sense tension around these areas of the body, I interpret it as stress or something akin to frustration. But for this group in specific, it feels more like this tension represents or is a manifestation of repression and or suppression. Because one of the images that I saw in my mind's eye was of something bubbling up or surfacing up. And as I tapped more into the energy of this group, I kept getting this feeling that someone was trying very hard to suppress a certain feeling, a certain emotion, possibly even a certain thought. And it's quite interesting because the overall energy felt very light, very airy, almost clean. So because everything felt so airy and spacious, this feeling of wanting to push down something was so very prevalent. It was like an echo in a very spacious room. If any of you have ever experienced intrusive thoughts, then maybe you're familiar with that whole pointless battle of trying to push an intrusive thought away. And it's pointless because the more you try to push an intrusive thought away, the more that intrusive thought pushes back. And the more focused we become on that intrusive thought. So if that sounds familiar to you, that is kind of what I was sensing or picking up on. So as I experienced this pointless battle of trying to suppress, ignore, or push down whatever this uncomfortable, heavy energy was, the message that came to mind, or the feeling that came through, was of let it be, let it go, release it, don't suppress it. Because I feel for a lot of you who are resonating with what I am trying to describe here, this heavy or dense energy is an emotion that you yourself might perceive as negative. So it could be something like anger or frustration, irritability, jealousy, envy, resentment, insecurity, guilt, or sadness even. And because you perceive it as negative, or because it is uncomfortable, or maybe because it triggers other emotions or certain memories, instead of feeling through it, what you're doing is fighting against it. Yeah, so I get this feeling of not wanting to deal with that, not wanting to go through that again. Yeah, maybe some of you have been on this healing journey, and there could be a fear that if you let these certain emotions or feelings arise or surface up, then there might be a setback, that it might result in you regressing in some way. But I feel like the more you fight it, the longer that emotion will be there pestering you, or the higher the possibility that this emotion builds up over time and becomes a blockage or something like an unhealed wound. So if it's very uncomfortable for you to feel through this, or it's even scary, then know that you don't have to feel through this alone. If you can definitely ask for assistance from either a professional, a specialist, like a therapist or a counselor, or it could be from a loved one, from someone who you trust and you feel safe with. You can ask them to help you, guide you through this, or to simply be there as emotional support, or be there as an anchor. Because it's okay to hold someone's hand as we process something difficult. Because I feel like for a lot of you, especially those who have actively been healing or have been on a healing journey, you are at the brink of a breakthrough. It's like this thing that you are suppressing or pushing down is the last bit. It's the last pile of gunk or muck that has been blocking your energy flow. So as soon as you release it by feeling through it or processing it, then that's it. And there's different facets to our healing journey. Maybe you guys have been concentrating on healing a specific trauma or processing something in specific. And I feel like this thing that you're having difficulty in facing or feeling through it is like the last thing that will help you in completely closing this chapter or moving on from it. And for others of you, I feel like you are being advised to not suppress your emotions, because that might result in energy blockages over time, or in secondary emotions performing. And that adds layers to the whole situation. So for example, a primary emotion is anger, and a secondary emotion to that could be frustration, resentment. So you can see how one simple emotion could manifest as something else and can build up over time, and then it becomes a little bit more tedious to process that emotion when there's so many layers to it. Because then we have to go through each layer to get to the primary emotion or to get to the core issue, what started it all. So it is best to feel through our emotions in the moment that they do surface up. So if breathing through it helps you feel through it, then you can do that. If moving your body helps you feel through the emotions, then you can do that. If speaking about it, acknowledging it by labeling the emotion helps you feel through that emotion or process it, release it, then you can do that. I'm sure there's other ways in which one can feel through their emotions. So if you feel called to look more into that, then please do so. And once again, remember that it is okay to ask for assistance, because I feel like for others, this might not even pertain to emotions. This might pertain to something else. So once again, if it's difficult or scary for you to acknowledge whatever it is that you're trying to suppress or trying to manage, know that it is okay to ask for help or seek for professional help or counsel, because you don't have to go through anything difficult on your own. Okay, but now I'm going to reveal what the messages on the back of these oracle cards are. So, you guys got 2 cards. This is the surprise card that you didn't see coming. It's not that these 2 cards fell out together. Actually, this second card, the Scorpion, came up for you guys because I felt called to pull out another card for you. Okay, but first I'm going to share what is the message on the back of this card. And so we have Coral with community, and the message, there is weakness in arrogant independence. Forsaking one's community can lead to regrettable susceptibility. Coral teaches us to embrace each member of the collective to amplify our individual strength. In solidarity, we find fortitude. Years of false criticism and self-doubt are defeated when we join together. Coral inspires us to lean upon the people we trust. In partnership, we cultivate reassurance. In collaboration, we are confident and prosperous. Yes, this sentence here really stood out to me. Coral inspires us to lean upon the people we trust. Yes, I feel like in the month of November, you are being advised to allow yourself to be part of a community. Or the very least, if you struggle with asking for help, then this month is about allowing yourself to ask for that help, that lending hand, that support, and being receptive to it. We are meant to help one another. The belief that we have to do everything on our own corrupts us. I don't know why the word corrupt came to mind, but that's the word that came to mind. It doesn't allow for connection. It doesn't allow for receptivity, reciprocity. There is this mentality that in asking for help, we become susceptible. We are exposed. We become vulnerable. But that is not the case. There is strength in community. There is strength in partnership and connection. We thrive when we work together. We learn a lot from each other. And then we have the Scorpion with protection and the message, preferring the cold, dark of night. Scorpion represents the guardian of protection. A fiercely resourceful and observant creature, she is able to adapt to any environment. Often found living independent, she is willing to carry her fair share of responsibility. Scorpion is analytical and clear-headed. She brings cutting logic to any conversation, harboring a strong voice that carries causes. Under her protection, safety is achievable even in the presence of vulnerability. It's Very interesting how we have the coral with community, and then we have the scorpion. I know the key term here is protection, but it did speak a lot about being independent. And then we were speaking about vulnerability, and then the last sentence on this message is, under her protection, safety is achievable even in the presence of vulnerability. So I feel like you are being reassured that if you open up to others, if you seek for assistance, if you seek for help, for support, you will find it. You are always divinely protected, but I feel like Spirit really wants to emphasize that in the month of November, you are being divinely protected. And they want to reassure you that it is okay for you to be vulnerable. It is okay for you to open up or speak up or share what is bothering you, what is hurting you, what is worrying you. The scorpion, of course, reminds me of the zodiac sign Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about transmutation and, doing that heavy work, getting deep and personal and honest with yourself, not shying away or running away from quote unquote so-called darkness or those uncomfortable emotions. Because we do have the scorpion here, if you happen to be a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, this could be confirmation that you chose the right pile. But I also feel like someone who is either a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, or who has these Scorpio-like qualities or energy to them will play a significant role in your life in the month of November. So this could be someone that you already know or you are acquainted with. It could also be someone new who might be entering your life this month, but I do get the feeling that this is someone that you already know. So this could be a friend, this could be a family member, because we do have the card community here, but I'm not really sensing that. For a lot of you, I feel like this is an acquaintance. It's someone that you are close with, but maybe not super close with. Or maybe this could be someone who was a really close friend in the past, but maybe you lost contact with them and you are reconnecting in the month of November. But I do feel like it is with this person that you are going to open up to, or it is this person that's really going to dig deep. They might ask you very triggering questions, and what I mean by triggering is these questions will hit it right on the nail in terms to what it has been bothering you. I feel like this person can sense what is truly going on with someone. Like they see through the masks. So this person won't be fooled by a happy face, a smile. If there is sadness, grief, fear hiding behind all of that. This is the kind of person that when they ask you, how are you? They are waiting for a genuine answer. Yeah, so I do feel like for a lot of you in the month of November, you might find your community, or you might find at least one person in which you will feel safe enough. The word exposed came to mind, but you will feel safe enough to open up, or you might not even realize it. You might not even see it coming, that you are opening up. It's like someone comes up to you and asks you, how are you? And you're not expecting yourself to tell this person your whole life story or what is actually going on in your life or going on within until you find yourself pouring out. So that's the kind of experience I see some of you living in the month of November. And for others, this could be representing a very purposeful, intentional, intimate, vulnerable conversation with someone. Like you're meeting with someone with the intention of openly communicating something very intimate with them or to them. Yeah, so I definitely see you guys transmuting, clearing, processing something quite heavy or uncomfortable in the month of November. Okay, but now I am going to move into the second segment of this reading where we are going to get an overview of the month. So I would like to first pull out some key terms to find out what the main themes or topics of this month will be. Okay, so we have union. Ooh. We have body, reflect, commitment, and joy. And I do feel like pulling out one more. Oh, okay. And we have enlightened. And now I want to pull out a card from the Southern Oracle deck to get the overall vibe of this month. Yeah, for some, this Scorpion might be representing like a professional, a therapist, a counselor, possibly even like a spiritual healer. Or spiritual advisor. Okay. The word Reiki came to mind, so some of you could be working with a Reiki healer in the month of November. Oh, this is taking a while. No? Okay. So we have number 22 with Gimme Some Sugar, and the key phrases: hugs and kisses, adoration, snuggling, pillow talk, bonding, and someone's favorite. Ooh, interesting. I do want to point out the number 22 because the number 2 speaks about partnership, reciprocity, and mutual affection. I don't know why this message just came to mind. I never thought of the number 22 in this way, but for the number 22, what came to mind was divine partnerships. So yeah, I definitely feel like you will be connecting with at least one person in this month that will offer you a space to open up. And I feel like it's mutual. This person offers you a safe space to be vulnerable, and you offer this person a safe space for them to be vulnerable. So you could be healing and growing together in the month of November. And like I said, for a lot of you, I feel like this is someone that you already know. So for a lot of you, this could be your significant other or someone that you are getting to know at that deep and personal, intimate level. And I feel like in the month of November, this intimacy is growing deeper and deeper. Yeah, so it's kind of this vibe of getting real and personal with someone. These two key terms, union and reflect, fell out for group 1. And what I mentioned with group 1 when I saw the key term reflect was that it reminded me of mirrored souls, or people who are mirroring each other. And I kind of get a similar vibe for this group from this key term. So this person that you will be connecting with or forming a deeper bond with in the month of November, you could be mirroring each other. And I feel like what you are mirroring is a lot of your wounds or your insecurities or your fears. And I feel like it is because of this mirroring that you are able to hold space for each other, because you understand what each one of you is going through. You get one another. And the one thing about the Scorpion is that the Scorpion does not sugarcoat things. And it's kind of funny because we do have this card with Gimme Some Sugar. I feel like there's going to be a lot of honest, very truthful communication this month, but it's all coming from a loving space. You know, this honesty does not have malicious intent. It's not intended to hurt or to aggravate the pain that is already existing, but it is to help bring clarity. It's to help the healing process. You know, because sugarcoating something is like putting a band-aid on something. It doesn't really help. It only prolongs the healing process. So in this dynamic, there is no shying away from getting real and honest. It's like you can share with each other your most unpopular opinions and there will be no judgment. because I feel like you will share a lot of the same opinions with this person. And if there are differences, I feel like these differences will allow for a new perspective. Okay, but now I'm going to pull out some tarot cards. And I'm going to pull out 3 and then look at the card at the back of the deck. And this will all give us an overview of the month of November. Oh, okay. So we have the Queen of Coins. And I usually take cards in the horizontal position, but for whatever reason, I don't feel like doing that for this reading. So I'm going to do what Madison from the channel SO Tarot and Carrie from the channel Kino Tarot do. I'm just going to, okay, flip it like this. See how it wants to fall out. So it fell out in reverse, and we have the Queen of Coins with wicked, possessive, and manipulative. Okay. And we have the Two of Wands upright with personal power, moving forward and embracing change. And now one more card, please, Spirit. Oh, okay. And we have the Ten of Wands upright with burnout, uphill battle, and taken for granted. And the card at the back of the deck is the Ace of Cups with new relationships, pure intentions, and joy. Ooh, I got really excited when I saw this card. Okay. So, yes, Ace of Cups. I definitely feel like there is a new relationship forming this month, new connection, or an existing relationship is growing deeper in the month of November. The Ace of Cups also reminds me of self-love, self-nurturing, self-acceptance. So I feel like in this month, you are working towards finding that self-acceptance, towards growing that self-love and self-respect. And I feel like it is this relationship, this new or existing relationship that is growing deeper and stronger in the month of November that is helping you with all of that. Because with the key term reflect, the feeling I get is finding someone or meeting someone or getting to know someone who is very similar to you or who reflects a lot of the things that you have been running away from. So it's like these wounds, these insecurities, these qualities that I disliked about myself, I see them in another person and I don't run away from them. And I find myself loving this person and accepting this person despite all of that or with all of that. So that tells me, that lets me know, that shows me that I can hold space for me. That I can love myself and accept myself despite all of that or with all of that. I am lovable. And so that new perspective offers some type of enlightenment. We do have the key term enlighten here. So I do see you being enlightened in the month of November about how to heal the self or about your healing journey, about your relationship with self, your relationship with others, about your worth, your value. Enlightened does remind me of like an epiphany, but I feel it's more like an unfoldment. Things are slowly becoming clear to you as you allow yourself to heal and become open to understanding more about yourself and more about what all of these uncomfortable feelings have been trying to tell you. As you allow yourself to be more and more honest and vulnerable with yourself and with others as well. Because I have been speaking about you meeting or forming a deeper bond with one person, but actually this could be more than one person. Like I said, you could be finding your community this month, because the Ace of Cups also makes me think of a community, of a safe space. So I do see you finding your safe space. It could be with someone, it could be through a community. And definitely, I see you finding it within yourself or working towards that. Oh, so beautiful. Look what's underneath. The Magician with resourcefulness, manifestation, and make things happen. Yeah, so I definitely see you guys growing this self-love, this radical self-acceptance, and becoming more confident. Like, I don't even feel confidence will be the right word. What feels quite adequate for this group is the term self-acceptance. Accepting yourself for all of you, for who you are right now. And this give me some sugar. It's giving me a lot of self-love vibes. Like looking at yourself in the mirror and speaking lovingly to yourself, accepting your beauty, your physical beauty. We also have the key term body. And Scorpio is a very sexual energy. Whether you identify as being a sexual individual or not, I feel like this pertains to you feeling comfortable in your skin. Being accepting of what you like and what you don't like so much. Because self-love, self-acceptance isn't dismissive. It's open, it's real, it's vulnerable, it's raw, it's honest. It looks at both the light and the shadow. And that's Scorpio energy as well. So it's looking at what is uncomfortable. If you're not okay with something, it's acknowledging that. But acknowledging with love and respect. So don't feel like you need to lie your way into self-love or like fake it until you make it. Because you can be honest and real and messy as you grow into that self-love and self-acceptance. Yeah, so the key to reflect, it's reminding me of reflection. So some of you could be doing mirror work in the month of November, or maybe you have been doing mirror work and in the month of November, you're seeing positive results, and maybe that is encouraging you or motivating you to continue this practice or exercise. But now I'm going to move into these bottom 3 cards. We do have the Queen of Coins in reverse. So the Queen of Coins, when she is upright, she represents someone who is very grounded, nurturing, down to earth. So this Queen being in reverse, I am sensing a very insecure energy. Someone who is lacking that grounding, someone who is not quite sure of themselves. So in this Queen of Coins, I sense someone who feels like they're lacking something, and instead of looking within for that which they feel they are lacking, they are looking outside of them for it. So they could be looking to fill this void through relationships, through status, material gain, financial wealth, popularity, attention. And it's kind of the Queen of Coins, when she's upright, she can be very giving. She has enough to feel secure within herself to offer assistance and support to others. So the Queen of Coins in reverse gives me the feeling of someone who is lacking that sense of security, so they can fall into this habit or tendency of simply taking without offering anything in return. So there is a lack of reciprocity with the Queen of Coins. And I feel like for the Queen of Coins in reverse, there is this constant feeling of nothing ever being enough. So I do feel like this Queen of Coins could be representing someone in your life who can be a bit selfish, possibly even controlling at times. So you could have been often hurt by this person, especially emotionally, because their affection or their love could have been a bit unstable, not always there, a bit conditional. Yeah, with Give Me Some Sugar, I feel like this is someone who has learned to use their affection as a form of getting their way or gaining something. Now, the Queen of Coins is an earth sign, so it is associated with the zodiac signs Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Just putting it out there in case it serves as confirmation for someone who might need it or wants it. But remember that the card here is representing more of the energy that this person is currently embodying. So the person doesn't need to be an earth sign to show these characteristics of the Queen of Coins in reverse. Yeah, but oftentimes the Queen of Coins is described as a mother figure or a parental figure, a caregiver. But overall, I just feel like this is someone who has been in your life for a while and has been near you or around you for most of your life. So if it's not a relative, this could be a close friend, or maybe a friend or an acquaintance of a relative of yours. But whoever this is, I feel like this Queen of Coins in reverse really had a great impact on you, and a not so positive one. And I feel like it is this relationship that you're possibly healing from. We were speaking about heavy emotions such as resentment or shame or guilt, and maybe it pertains to this relationship over here. And if so, if you resonate with that, I definitely see you guys releasing it, because we do have the Two of Wands here with personal power, moving forward and embracing change, and we actually have someone burning pictures and letters. And so I see you guys releasing the past, releasing any emotions that were keeping you stuck in this energy, or that were making you feel like this Queen of Coins in reverse still had power over you. You know, because it's important to understand where our wounds came from, where they originated from. You know, so if they originated from a relationship or from the projections of a specific person, it's helpful to know that. But it's not so helpful when we start putting the blame on the experience or the relationship or the person. Because all that creates is resentment, which are emotions that further aggravate the wound that was already there, or the pain that was already there. You know, it's kind of seeing from this higher perspective, which is often difficult when we're experiencing and feeling through this pain, that most of the harmful, negative actions of others are a result of their own personal unhealed wounds. So if we can see from that higher perspective, we can come to a deeper understanding that what we experience as a result of someone's reaction to their own fear and pain had nothing to do with us. You know, it had more to do with them. And hopefully, in knowing that, it assists us with releasing any attachment to those experiences. Yeah, and so that's what I feel with the Two of Wands, because this is about personal power, and so I see you guys reclaiming your power. The Two of Wands speaks about planning for the future. The Two of Wands also speaks about decisions and options, and I feel like this is you also realizing that you have a choice. You have a choice as to how you live your life, as to how you move forwards, as to how you process all of this, and how you allow this to continue affecting and or influencing you. We do have joy here, so I definitely see you guys embracing this energy of joy, allowing yourself to be joyful, not feeling guilt over being joyful, knowing that you are deserving of feeling this beautiful emotion and being in this energy, and that you can experience a joyful, beautiful, reciprocal, mutual relationship or relationships. We do have commitment here, so I see you guys being committed to your growth, committing to your healing, committed to yourself. With union, it could be speaking about you coming into union with a significant other, be it platonic or romantic, but I also feel like this is inner union. You coming into union with your innermost self, with your most vulnerable self. You coming into union with that part of you that you felt was wounded or was suppressed. You embracing all aspects of yourself, or learning to start embracing all aspects of yourself. The Two of Wands can speak about travel, I don't necessarily see you guys traveling, but some of you could be relocating or moving out to move into a new place. Yeah, the Two of Wands is giving me this feeling of starting anew. So some of you could be starting anew in a new location, in a new place. For some, this could even be like a workplace, work environment. And I do see a lot of you distancing yourself from this Queen of Coins in reverse, or possibly even cutting connections with this Queen of Coins in reverse. But I do feel like for the vast majority of you, you have already distanced yourself from this Queen of Coins or cut connection with this Queen of Coins. I just get this feeling like this Queen of Coins in reverse isn't currently in your life or around you. And then we do have the Ten of Wands. I personally associate the number 10 with endings, with closing a chapter of your life, ending a cycle, reaching a conclusion. I also kind of associate it with finding closure or getting closure. And the Ten of Wands itself speaks about an uphill struggle. I do get this feeling of overcoming a major challenge with the Ten of Wands. Oh, at the beginning I did mention a breakthrough, reaching a breakthrough, and that's the vibe I'm getting from this Ten of Wands. So I do see you working towards this major breakthrough in the month of November. Some of you might be reaching it this month, and for others, this breakthrough could be happening in the month of December or possibly in the beginning of 2023. But I definitely see you guys working to close this chapter of your life, you know, to fully enter into this new beginning, because aces always speak about new beginnings. And you guys are doing that, working towards that. Because this Ten of Wands is letting me know that you guys are doing the work. You guys are clearing out all that does not serve you in order to make space for this Ace of Cups, or make more space for this Ace of Cups. I do see you entering into a beautiful relationship or growing a beautiful relationship, not only with self, but also with a significant other. Yeah, and if the cards weren't already very obvious, for those of you who are currently in a committed relationship with someone or are seeing someone, do see you spending a lot of physical, intimate time with this person. I also get this feeling that a lot of healing will happen through this sexual or physical intimacy. You know, because the attraction, the love, the respect, the adoration is mutual. This person will help you feel beautiful and safe and desired. And I feel like you will do the same for this person. Yeah, like there's a lot of sexual chemistry with this person. And like I said, for some who are looking, this could be someone new entering your life in this month. Yeah, so for those of you who vibe with that energy, are looking for that, want to experience that, I do see you having a lot of sexy or steamy, passionate moments with a significant other this month. And creating or finding a beautiful community in which the love and affection and respect is mutual and it's reciprocated. Look, in the Ace of Cups, we have the term joy, and then that's the key term that fell out for you guys. Yeah, so I definitely see a lot of joy for you guys in the month of November and in the months to come. Of course, you know, there might be other emotions surfacing up that might not be joy, but joy will always be there. Joy is always there for you. And I see you learning how to access this emotion, even when it's not being presented to you on a silver platter. Because joy, happiness, anger, fear, it all comes from within us. Yeah, the Ten of Coins also has this meaning of not giving up. I just feel like all this card is saying is that be proud of yourself, because you have done a lot to be proud of. Oh, by the way, the 22nd of November might be a significant date for some of you guys. So just putting it out there. But now I'm going to move into the last segment of this reading. So in this segment, I offer space for you to receive a direct message from any being of light who you wish to hear from at this moment. So for example, this could be an archangel, an ancestor, a loved one who is on the other side, a spirit guide, or the higher self of someone who is currently physically incarnated in this 3D. Okay, but I will give you a moment to set your intention. And once you have done so, please cast your gaze upon these crystals that you see here to see which one calls out to you, because the one that calls out to you will be the one that has a message for you. So we have a red carnelian, a smoky quartz, and a tiger's eye. Okay, but now that you have chosen your crystal, I'm going to pull out a message for each one, and I will start off with the red carnelian. Oh, and I will not interpret these messages because they are meant to be direct messages for you guys. So I will leave them open for your interpretation. Okay, so, Salvador Dali with the message, never make an appearance without controversy. Tap the unconscious and pray it isn't boring. Being Dali is inspiration enough. Okay. Now moving on to those who chose the smoky quartz. Okay. So we have Damien Hirst. And the message, art and science are for confronting mortality. Postpone death. Preserve it in formaldehyde. Encrusted in diamonds. Talk to your local pharmacist. Okay. And now moving on to those who chose the tiger's eye. Ooh, okay, this one flew out. So we have Sophie Kaye with the message, put on a good show for the surveillance cameras. Distance makes the heart break stronger. Invade neighboring states of privacy. Okay. So, I did feel called to mention that if you were wondering what the name of your spirit guide is or how your spirit guide wants to be referred as, to pay close attention to the names that came up, especially for the crystal that you chose. So for example, if you've been wondering about that and you chose the tiger's eye, maybe your spirit guide's name is Sophie or they want to be called Kaye. So yeah, just felt called to mention that. Okay, but these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. If you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and thanks to all of you who took a moment to watch the advertisements. That is the most simplest way to support me and to support this channel, so I truly appreciate it. Yes, but that is all for now. Wishing you a wonderful month in November, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose the turtle, bienvenidos to your November 2022 reading. If you are interested to know how this reading is going to unfold, then I do recommend for you to listen to the intro if you haven't done so already, because it is there where I go over everything we are going to cover in this reading. Okay, but before I reveal to you the message on the back of this oracle card that you chose, I would like to share with you what I picked up on or sensed when connecting with the energy of this group, because I found it quite interesting. I actually was having trouble connecting with the energy of this group, and when I was shuffling this deck to pull out a card for you guys, I kept finding myself putting whatever cards fell out back into the deck and reshuffling over and over again, because several cards were flipping over and falling out at once. And how the deck was behaving was very reflective of the energy I was picking up on. It was quite ambiguous, quite mixed, and divided. I wasn't sure if I was picking up on one specific energy that had a lot of various different things to say, or if I was picking up on several different energies at once. Maybe this could be representing that a lot has been going on in your life, or that you have been having mixed feelings about certain things, or you've been going back and forth in regards to something, or that there has been a lot on your mind recently. Because one of the things that I noticed when trying to connect with the energy of this group, which actually was the thing that made it difficult to connect with this group's energy, is that all of my awareness was centered on the mind. It sort of felt like I was stuck in my head. So if you have been up in your head a lot recently, or worrying about things that are out of your control, or you've had difficulty focusing, or you've recently felt disconnected either from your environment or disconnected from others, from yourself, I do feel like you are being advised to center your awareness on your heart space by doing activities that resonate with your heart. I'm trying to figure this out because it's a bit confusing to me for some reason. But if any of this is resonating with you, what I'm sensing is that the activities you have been doing or what you have been engaging with recently are things that keep you up in your head and away from your heart space. So one example that is coming to mind is like mindlessly scrolling through social media, Instagram, for example. Yeah, so it's sort of like doing activities that disconnect you, from your heart space, from your emotions, that are more distracting than engaging. So if you feel a bit out of it or a bit all over the place, or you don't feel much like yourself, like some days you're really, really motivated and then all of a sudden you're feeling lethargic and it's this up and down, or you feel a bit in a daze, yeah, maybe it could be because you have been consuming a lot of content that you're really not integrating. It's just like building up. It's just occupying a lot of space. Yeah, I feel like you guys are quite sensitive in the sense that like you absorb things easily. And if what you absorb does not really resonate with your inner being, then it just sits there and it becomes like dense energy. And it's interesting because as soon as I got out of my headspace, that's when I started sensing the energy, and I felt quite emotional. I felt it in my gut and in my heart space. And we do have the turtle here, so maybe in the month of November you will be called to clean house, to detox in a sense. Purify yourself of all that isn't of you, of all that does not serve you, so that you can reconnect with self or feel more grounded, feel more in your body, so that you'll be able to focus more on what is of importance right now and feel more motivated and assertive as well. Because I feel like you guys could also be absorbing the energy of others, and that might be causing a lot of confusion. But I do want to take a look at the message on the back of this card. So we have turtle with duality, and the message comfortable with both transitions. Turtle symbolizes new beginnings and endings. A wanderer by nature, he has learned the importance of duality. His slow yet steady pace is a reminder that life moves forward despite one's speed. Fast or slow, the world keeps spinning. Turtle teaches us to muster tenderness or toughness depending on the situation. In his presence, we are invited to remain close to earth, finding admiration for her fragility and strength. Yeah, so maybe for some, a lot has been going on. Maybe some of you are going through a transition or a few transitions in your life currently. Maybe this is what has been causing a disconnect. You know, if things all of a sudden started moving very quickly or happening very fast, that might have caused inner turbulence, you feeling kind of disorientated emotionally, mentally. Maybe some of you chose to use distractions as a form of coping through these transitions or these changes. For some, I feel like this transition is something that is occurring within. It's not so much that it's happening in your external reality, it's more happening in your inner world. And that could be, difficult as well. Yeah, because I do get this sense of like numbing the self, of not wanting to deal with whatever is coming up. But whatever the case may be, I do sense that in the month of November, things are slowing down enough for you to catch your breath and process things and find that grounding and make sense of things. And if things have been pretty slow and that has been frustrating or kind of a letdown, I feel like in the month of November you will find your pace. I know that's a strange way to put it, but it's like it's no longer fighting against the pace of things, but kind of finding your rhythm in it, a rhythm that works best for you. Yeah, so I feel like this month is about finding your rhythm, finding your own unique pace. But now I'm going to move into the next segment of this reading where we're going to get an overview of the month. But before I pull out any cards, I want to pull out a few key terms to get the main themes or topics of this month. So let me see. And is that it? One more. Okay. So we have joy, listen, rest, body. Rest your body, I feel is the message that wants to come through with these two key terms. We also have success, decision, transform, spirit, and connection. And I feel like these two go together. Connection and spirit. Yeah, maybe you are being asked to slow down because spirit is wanting to connect with you. And it's because maybe spirit, your guides have noticed that it's only when you slow down or allow yourself to slow down that you are able to listen to them or receive their messages more clearly. But now I want to pull out a card from the Southern Oracle deck to get, the overall vibe of this month. I feel a bit spacey in this reading. I keep pausing, having these long pauses. Okay, but the card that fell out for you is number 33 with pot calling the kettle black, and the key phrases hypocrisy, projection, similarity, blame, and introspection needed. Reading this key phrase, introspection needed, the turtle is now reminding me of the Hermit. And the Hermit is a card that speaks about introspection, self-reflection, slowing down in order to go within. And we do have a master number here with the number 33. Oh my gosh. I am super spacey right now. What was I going to say? The number 3 reminds me of the connection between the mind, body, and spirit. And it's interesting because we have body, we have spirit over here, and the mind did come through when connecting with the energy of this group. You know, being up in your head, all the awareness being focused on the mind, So I feel like in the month of November, you guys will be working to find that connection or reestablish that connection between the mind, body, and your soul or your heart. And this could also be working to reestablish the connection with spirit, because I feel like for some of you, you could have recently been feeling disconnected from spirit or from your spirit guides. And if so, I feel like that message of cleaning house, getting rid of everything and anything that isn't of you, is to help clean your channel or purify your channel so that you can listen to spirit or receive messages from spirit more clearly. Because it's not that you are disconnected from spirit or from your guides, but it's like there's so much going on that all that is clogging up your channel. You know, it's like being in a very crowded place where several people are talking at once, that you can't hear the person that is sitting right in front of you speaking to you. So yeah, it's kind of getting rid of all the unnecessary noise. So now I want to pull out a set of 3 tarot cards to get an overview of the month, and then we are going to look at the card at the back of the deck, which will give us the overall energy of the month or the spread. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands upright with good news, bright ideas, and rush in head first. Ooh, and I just felt very dizzy all of a sudden when looking at this card. Okay, but we also have the Ten of Swords upright with traumatic events, playing the victim, and immense pain. And lastly, we have the Ace of Swords upright with new ideas, breakthroughs, and realizing the truth. And the card at the back of the deck is the Eight of Cups upright with abandonment, walking away, and disappointment. So the first thing I notice is that in this card, we have someone going at full speed on their bicycle. And in this card, we have someone jogging, running. So there's a lot of movement going on here. And like I said, I did feel quite dizzy when this Page of Wands fell out. So this card in specific is giving me that energy of wanting to move things along, of wanting to go quicker, of wanting to pick up the pace. Or if it's not you wanting to speed things along, this could be that things have been moving too fast. And that's kind of what has been creating this feeling of being disorientated or being in a daze. You know, either way, I feel like things have been moving quickly. Because if things have been moving too slow in your life, I feel like this fast-moving energy has been occurring within. Like, yes, things might be moving slow in your external reality, but in your mind, things haven't stopped moving. Like the wheels of your mind have been spinning non-stop and spinning very, very quickly. So that's why, whatever the case may be, in the month of November, things are slowing down or they are stabilizing. And I especially get that from the Eight of Cups and the key term rest. Like if things have been very chaotic in your life, if things have been moving too quickly, and that has been very disorientating, then things are leveling out in the month of November. And if things have been pretty slow in your life, but your mind has been moving too quickly, or maybe it's your emotions that have been all over the place, then all this is stabilizing in the month of November. Because looking at the image in this Eight of Cups, we do have someone who is running this race or a marathon, but all of a sudden they have stopped. And what I get from this, it's like in the month of November, you are coming to this realization that you've been running non-stop and that the fatigue is catching up to you. It's like catching yourself in the rat race and realizing that you no longer want to be in the rat race. And look what we have at the bottom of the Eight of Cups. We have the Four of Swords with mental overload. Yeah, that's exactly what I was sensing, like a mental overload. Sanctuary and solitude. The Hermit can also speak about solitude. And the Four of Swords basically speaks about rest, recuperation, and meditation. Yeah, I feel like you guys are getting a much needed rest in the month of November. And I feel like for some of you, you might not even realize that you need this rest, because you might associate needing rest with bodily fatigue. It's like, oh, rest is validated when you've been working very hard or overworking yourself. But if life has felt pretty slow lately, if I haven't been up and down and working hard, then why would I need rest? But rest is not only for the body, rest is also for the mind. Our mind can also get fatigued, and our body can also get fatigued from overworking the mind. That's kind of what I get with the Ten of Swords. It's this feeling of fatigue. Swords are associated with the element of air, and air has to do with the mind, our thoughts. It also has to do with communication, which I'm going to touch upon in just a bit. But I definitely feel like a lot of you have been overworking your mind. You could have been overworking your body as well as your mind, or one or the other. And so this month, things are slowing down for you so that you can take care of yourself. Yeah, so with the Eight of Cups, I feel like you guys are letting go. Like, this is you actively letting go of that which has been keeping you in this state of constantly on the go, go, go. For those of you who have been overworking yourself, like in the month of November, I see you realizing or acknowledging that you have been overworking yourself, and then actively choosing to slow down or take a break to recuperate, to recharge. And for others, if you have been overthinking, or if you have been filling your mind with worries, or if you have picked up on certain habits that are affecting your mental state or your mental well-being, I see you catching yourself in the month of November, or you realizing what is negatively affecting your state of mind and actively choosing to let go of those habits or change them. Yeah, because we do have the key term decision here, and then we have transform. So I do see you making a decision to change your routine, to work on finding a balance between work and your personal life, or a decision to start taking better care of your health or prioritizing your health, making a decision to take a break or rest every now and then, to not push yourself to your limit, but rather take it one step at a time. Like I said, I feel like this month is about finding your rhythm, understanding your body's needs, your soul's needs, your mind's needs, and making the necessary changes in order to meet those needs. Yeah, I feel with the Eight of Cups, something is going to come to your attention in this month. With pot calling the kettle black, maybe in the month of November, someone will be calling you out. Someone that you have been advising or reminding to take care of themselves, hit you with your own advice. And with the kettle, I'm being reminded of like a whistle. So I definitely feel like something important will be called to your attention in this month. And it's not something alarming per se, but it's more like, hey, we need to focus more on this, we need to prioritize this. And I feel it has to do, as mentioned already, with how you're taking care of yourself and also how you deal with stress. I feel like for some, there are certain coping mechanisms that are not really healthy or helpful. They might be aggravating the problem or could cause more problems or issues along the road. Because a coping mechanism can sort of become an addiction, something that we might become dependent on. Like, one example that comes to mind is coffee. Maybe your body doesn't react well to caffeine. It gets more jittery or jumpy, but you use coffee as a way to cope or push through when you're feeling overwhelmed or underwhelmed. Yeah, so something that you might be using to cope or you might think helps you with a certain area of your life might actually be affecting another area of your life or negatively affecting you in some way. Also, with the Ten of Swords, I did mention communication, and swords can also represent information. So, as was previously mentioned, I do feel like you guys have been absorbing or taking in a lot of information, and that has been causing even more confusion, or that has been causing a disconnect with your own intuition. And see how we go from the Ten of Swords to the Ace of Swords, from 10 swords to 1 sword. So I feel like in the month of November, you are getting clear about what is useful information and what is irrelevant information. What is actually of value and what isn't. And that's how I see you finding clarity or making sense of things. Maybe some of you have been going down that rabbit hole of collecting a lot of information about a certain topic, and the information you've collected kind of contradicts each other. One example that is coming to mind is like listening to several pick-a-cards or general readings on YouTube, and each reading tells you something different or adds more information, and that kind of results in you feeling conflicted about what is true and what isn't, what is relevant and what isn't. Yeah, so it goes back to, consuming a lot of content. Yeah, because again, looking at this Eight of Cups, the message slowing down comes to mind. With the Eight of Cups, there's this message of there's no need to chase. You don't have to chase for what you seek or for what you need. Because what you need will come to you when it is time, when it is meant to. Yeah, another example that is coming to mind is like someone who's just recently gotten into like spirituality, and they're researching all about it and reading different articles and trying to compare their own experiences or their own spiritual awakening or their own spiritual journey to all that they are reading online or with the experiences of others on social media. And maybe that's creating a lot of confusion of what is true and what isn't, whether their own experiences are valid or not. Yeah, I get this feeling of drama with the Ten of Swords, like creating unnecessary pain for oneself. And I'm not saying that's like the case for all of you, but I feel like it could be the case for some. Yeah, so I feel like there is this need to maybe, if you do spend a lot of time on social media, maybe take a break, from social media. If you are listening to a lot of pick-a-cards or general readings on YouTube or asking for a lot of personal readings, and that has been creating more confusion than clarity or stress, then maybe you are being advised to take a break from watching general readings. Or maybe with the Ace of Swords being here, maybe you are being advised to get your information from like one source that you really resonate with. So like, for example, if there is a tarot reader online that you really, really resonate with, maybe just listening to their readings instead of listening to readings from various tarot readers online, so that the messages could become more focused, or so that it can help you better discern what is for you and what isn't. Yeah, because, sometimes less is more. Yeah, and for others, this could simply be speaking about how much importance you're giving to the opinions of others or the advice that others are giving you. Yeah, the scenario that is coming through with this interpretation, it's like someone who is going back and forth about something, and instead of, giving themselves a moment to sit down and process what they're going back and forth about, they immediately seek out for other people's opinions. And it's like asking different people to help them make up their mind. And instead of that, assisting them with them coming closer and closer to their truth or what they truly want or what is best for them, it leads them farther and farther away from their truth. Yeah, so I feel like this Ace of Swords is also speaking about silencing the external noise in order to listen to your own intuition, in order to listen to what your gut is telling you, to what your heart has been trying to tell you. Yeah, because we do have this message of realizing the truth. So I definitely see a lot of you guys realizing a lot of truths in the month of November. And I do get this feeling that, I don't know why, that message keeps coming to mind, being called out. Like someone might be very blunt in their delivery of a certain truth. Yeah, and for a lot of you, like this clarity or this truth might come through someone reflecting something to you. So maybe you see a friend engaging in a negative habit that you engage in. And it's only through you seeing your friend engage in this that you realize that it's negative. We do have the key terms success and joy. So I definitely feel like all of this is meant to assist you and to help you create a better lifestyle for yourself, to help you improve and to help you grow. Yeah, okay. Look, we have the 9 of Coins at the bottom of the 4 of Swords, and then we have the High Priestess at the bottom of that. And with the 9 of Coins, we have indulgence, thriving, and self-reliance. Yeah, so if life has been messy, know that things are going to settle down. They're going to level out, stabilize. I do see you finding your footing and your grounding. I do see you finding a routine, a rhythm, a lifestyle that works for you. And that helps you feel more grounded, that helps you feel centered and sure about yourself, that helps you feel assertive as well. And helps you feel okay about, taking a break and prioritizing your basic needs. Yeah, and the 9 of Coins does speak about financial independence, financial freedom, financial success. We do have the key term success here, but whenever I look at the 9 of Coins, I think of success in terms to whatever success means to you personally. So if success means finding like a work-life balance, then that's what you will be accomplishing. If success means you feeling good within yourself, then that is what you will be finding, or that is what you are working towards to. If success means you being mentally healthy, emotionally stable, then that's what I see for you guys. Like, this is what you guys are working towards to. This is where you guys are heading. Yeah, I see you healthy, I see you thriving, I see you feeling stable, good about yourself, feeling confident and assertive. I see you not only thriving in your personal life, but also in other areas of your life, your career, your finances, your profession, your studies, your health. And I definitely see you guys coming into alignment with that which fulfills you, with that which brings you joy. Doing things, activities that add value to your life. Yeah, the 9 of Coins makes me think of value. Yeah, and the Page of Wands is making me think of motivation, and I feel like you guys, if you've been lacking that, I feel like you will be finding that. Like your motivation will be restored, your vitality will be restored, balance will be restored. So I feel like for a lot of you, this clarity will be in regards to career, line of work, profession, life purpose, if you resonate with that, your life direction, as well as like lifestyle. And I'm now noticing this key term blame and this key phrase playing the victim on the 10 of Swords. So some of you could have been engaging with a lot of like self-victimization, like putting the blame on others, not taking accountability, or playing that game of what if or what could have been. And if so, I see you noticing how this has been negatively affecting you or how it hasn't been serving you. And I definitely see you walking away from these tendencies, you know, because I feel like a lot of us tend to fall into that habit of trying to heal by putting the blame on external circumstances or putting the blame on others, and that really doesn't help one heal, because all that does is create resentment and create even more pain around the wounds that are already there. Keep in mind that the number 33 might be important in the month of November. You might be seeing repeated 3s a lot, or just the number 33. And if so, that might be Spirit's way of reminding you to come into alignment, or that you are coming more and more into alignment. Or the message that just came to mind is that seeing repeated 3s or seeing the number 33 could be Spirit's way of warning you that you're starting to get caught up in your head. So to ground, you know, to focus your attention on something else that isn't your thoughts. Like engage in activities that help you connect with your heart space. So things that bring you joy, things that fulfill you, things that inspire your inner child, things that truly resonate with you. Yeah, okay, but those are all the messages I am seeing with these cards. So now I'm going to move into the last segment of this reading. Okay, so in this segment, I offer space for you to receive a direct message from any being of light that you wish to hear from at this moment. So for example, this could be an archangel, an ancestor, a spirit guide, a loved one who is on the other side, or the higher self of someone who is currently physically incarnated in this 3D. So I will give you a moment to set your intention of who it is that you want to hear a message from. And once you have set your intention, then please cast your gaze upon these 3 crystals over here and see which one calls out to you, because the one that calls out to you will be the one that has a message for you. So we do have a smoky quartz crystal. We also have a tiger's eye. As well as a red carnelian. Okay, but now that you have chosen, I am going to start with the smoky quartz crystal. And I'm not going to be interpreting the messages on the cards that fall out for you guys, because these are meant to be direct messages for you. So I will leave them open for your interpretation. Okay, so for those who chose the smoky quartz crystal, what is the message that is meant for them? Okay, so we have 2 cards. And we have Gustave Courbet with the message, fight the power, paint the powerless, show what you see, not what you saw. May your art help finance your legal fees. And we also have Sonia, don't live to 94 without founding an art movement. The practical should also be art. Does your geometry lack poetry? Okay, now moving on to those who chose the tiger's eye. Okay, so we have Gilbert and George with the message, be the art you wish to see in the world. Your work should not be selfish. Dress the part. And now for those who chose the red carnelian. Okay. So I'm going to take all three of these. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this name. So we have Yayoi Kasuma with the message, your soul is composed of the same dots as the universe. Distinguish yourself from your mirror image. Show them your hallucinations. Uh-oh, here's another name that I don't know how to pronounce. Okay, I'm gonna give it a go. Alighiero Boetti, sorry, with the message, know who you aren't, find clarity in clutter. There's more than one way to read a map. I feel like this message goes very well with the reading. And then we have Andy Warhol with eat dessert before dinner, give your 15 minutes some time, and wanting can be better than having. Okay, so those are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it didn't, please leave a like or a comment if you feel called to do so. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings if you're interested. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and thanks to all of you who took a moment to watch the advertisements. That is the most simplest way to support me and to support this channel, so I truly appreciate it. Yes, but that is all for now. Wishing you a wonderful month of November, and until the next moment, bye bye.